Hello, everyone, and welcome to another. What is it? What can we call this? Like another Jerks Watched Along? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Jerks Watch Along, the second episode that we're doing this. Today we are sitting here with my partner Jill. We're sitting with Josh, Jess, and Chris, which everybody will hopefully soon get to know and familiarize yourselves with. So today I'm really excited for the film we're going to watch. It is a celebrity deathmatch claymation style rock opera punk musical from 2006 called Live Freaky, Die Freaky. Just to go around the room, I'll get to you last because I know you've already seen it. Josh, have you ever seen this movie?
I have not seen this movie or heard of this movie. When I told my friends this is what I was watching, they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell your brother you're in a sex call," and I was like, "That's not what it is. I'm positive that's not what it's claymation. That much I did know. I'm just saying what the people said."
There is somewhat of a sex cold in there. The sex cauldron. Jess, how about you?
I also have not seen or had heard of it, so I haven't even looked anything up since we said this is what we were watching. So this will be interesting.
Okay. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I went out of my way to not watch any of it or read anything about it. I want to go into this completely blind. So yeah.
Jill, why don't you tell us about our first time? We watched it for the first time together.
Yeah. So we watched it together for the first time in around 2011 timeframe. My roommate in college showed it to us, and I forget what she said, but she was just like, "Here's this claymation about Charles Manson." And Billy Joe from Green Day is playing Charles Manson. I'm like, well, okay. And it was fucking wild. And I love it. And it's a conversation starter type of movie.
It has members from Green Day. It has members from Good Charlotte, Operation Ivy, I believe, Bad Religion. So a lot of those core essential punk bands are all in it. They provide voices.
But coming from a time where I loved punk rock Holocaust, this was hand in hand perfect for me. So,
yeah. So we're all in for a treat. And for those of you watching at home or going to watch at home along with us, it is for free on YouTube because thank God for the internet.
No one would pay for this movie.
No.
But I think we have a copy of it.
Oh, yeah, we own a copy. We own it because if you're into it, you need it. I have a really funny, I told everyone this story, but I want to tell it to the audience. A fellow filmmaker and friend, Connor, has a podcast called the No Highway Podcast where they take movies and they compare it to Vin Diesel's The Pacifier. Every movie that they watch, they compare it to that movie. They brought me on as a guest twice, and they had me watch a movie called Amelie, and it was my turn to recommend the movie. And you have to give little hints about it. So I said it's stop motion animation with punk rock music and however else I described it, and they couldn't guess it. I said, "Oh, I want you guys to watch Live Freaky, Die Freaky," and I went on to explain exactly that Billy Joe Armstrong and Green Day are all in it. Connor, that poor bastard, was so excited to watch it because he loves Green Day and was upset that he'd never heard of it, being such a big Green Day fan. And then I'd go and listen to the episode after they watch it, and I ruined their fucking day. They cursed me out so bad on this podcast because they were so upset with the movie that they watched.
Yeah.
It's called art.
It's a conversation starter.
Yep. And on that lovely note, Connor, I love you and I'm sorry, but we're going to get this movie started. 3, 2, 1, play. I didn't do my research as much, so I just kind of let it be its thing. It sounds very chipper, but it's
Deceiving, I assume.
I mean, it's happy depending on who you are.
I mean, at the end of the day, like you can greatly appreciate that like, they made it. They made something.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's very long. I don't remember.
I
being-
also looked up the Wikipedia something so I could make sense of what's happening. Okay. This is the time you get your popcorn and your stuff.
Yeah, it'll
We're just gonna let it.
yeah, it'll go. But like, listen to that score. Very. They had a budget.
Oh. I'm rereading things. Oh, it's been a long time.
German for the freaky.
So I'll see what happens if it doesn't explain it at all.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
But I'll see if it's clear or not. And if not, like I don't know if I never knew this
I don't remember.
details.
Honestly, I haven't watched that in
I know.
a while.
All right.
And Baby Doll was a Manson girl, wasn't she?
I'll go.
Not for the easily offended. Huh, that's a relief.
I love that haggard ass MGM logo.
Yeah.
That we do.
They know exactly who this audience is for. Also, The Freaky Guy Freaky is considered a black comedy.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's dark.
It tries.
I'm assuming that's like actual quotes from Charlie. Bible according to
Gravy
Charlie.
and rice.
See, this is kind of how I imagine drag looking, like
Okay, so
a wasteland like this.
It's the year 3069.
Nice.
Destroyed by ocean pollution. Burying the planet a vast wasteland. The Earth's vegetation has been completely destroyed. The oceans have been dried. The human race has devolved.
Josh, we can hear your.
No members of the Earth's past.
Sorry about
Only
that.
they have is after the present. Present, which includes virus, famine,
Hey, wait a minute.
Look at the beautiful roasted food. Okay, well,
Yeah, trouble. I think it was perfectly cooked. You just like rip the
That's what
fucking legs off.
people would pay a lot of money for a pig roast like that.
You know, if you save some of those bones, get a couple of like carrots, some potatoes, throw it in a pot,
Yeah.
you know, let it simmer for a while. Baby, you got a stew going.
It's a hell of a feast.
Basically, what we're seeing right now is the year 3069, where he found the story of Charles Manson and he's taking it for the Bible.
This thing happens. Been arrested and brought before us for your unspeakable crimes against mankind.
This ain't no Nightmare Before Christmas.
Stabbed, mutilated, people who made us valued our beliefs, followed the guidelines of the status quo. Anyone who missed them, like you, to abandon normal life of mediocrity. And for what? What good did it do you to fall on your step? You're now this caged cannibal that will be sentenced to death, spat upon, and murdered people that live their lives like you should have lived. Butchered a lifestyle that could have been yours. And you, a once respectable person from our community, how could you turn back on us? Your foolish game of rebellion is pathetic, and have now come to this dreadful end.
So the three little pigs won.
You and your so-called
Oh, three little pigs and Charles Manson, you know.
will be forgotten and never missed.
All I can think about throughout this movie is like it's missing the fucking male guy from Don't Be a Menace. Message.
Can't you see these are just foolish attempts to break free from us? You can never escape from the moral majority. We will always win. We own this world and we will break as we please. You will never stop us. Your voice and your family's voices have been silenced and will never be heard. Tell us everything. Yes, please. You must amuse us with your stories of how you ended up here, so far down the wrong road. When were you born? Why did you choose to follow such a misguided messiah? When were you born?
When was I born? You gotta try to grasp it, man. Now that question has no meaning. Not for me, not for any of us who live career. You changed clothing, changed expressions, just changed, you know?
No one did drugs on this film set.
They're not progress. They're not a question. They were a change. And we had to change because we cannot be associated with your human race. We are not responsible for the crimes we have committed against each other on this planet. We live every day for every day, but not your day.
There's some wild credits. Any thoughts or feelings now that you see the style of animation? This little bit in. I don't have any thoughts or feelings just from seeing the first few minutes. Brandon, any thoughts of your first?
Oh, I
few
love
minutes?
it. It reminds me of those old like Christmas specials that we watch every year. You know, like Year Without a Santa, but it's like Year Without Charlie. Or Charlie's Coming to Town. That makes more sense.
It was a interesting manifesto.
He is an interesting guy. Yeah. I love the styling of portraits and how they did the credits. It's very artsy and creative.
Yeah,
I
there's your
love
boy
it.
Davey Havok.
I love Davey Havok.
Yeah,
I really do.
good old
I remember
AFI.
watching this for the first time and freaking out and
Benji.
like knowing, oh, another love of my life. And Joel, the other twin of
Mm-hmm.
Kid Charlotte. Yeah. I love it. It makes me happy. So I feel like some of the characters they just drew that look like them.
Well, yeah, they're like, oh, if you don't know the name, here's the portrait, so you can like put a face to it to know
Yeah,
who the hell they are.
I love it. I do.
I would say this is like what happens when you give punks money, but like there had to have been like enough money to get all those musicians on board, but
I thought you could have just gotten the idea.
true.
Ooh.
Yeah, 10 minutes before the film
10 minutes
actually
before
starts.
the movie really starts.
All of what I am saying makes no sense to you. Television is your tactic to slowly destroy you. Our mistakes decided that you cheat forward. They're watching your music on it, but all I try to do is save you.
Hey man, don't yuck my yum. I like to.
So do you think like if you're around during
This is all right. I think like Susan was one of the men.
yeah. Okay. I was gonna say like if you were around at this time, would you be a Manson follower? Anybody? Would anyone be a Manson follower if like you were around at this time?
Nah.
No.
It was a different time. He primarily connected with very privileged young women that wanted freedom and offered things to their families. With their families all usually well off and they were
Yeah.
taken care of, and they wanted to go off and live opposite lives, be free in nature.
Yeah.
It didn't start off with her, just
They let him be a Beach Boy. It would be fine.
you guys ever listen to Charles Manson music? Uh-huh. Would have been a Beach Boy. Jesus. Why is it everything that you do associates with Jesus in some way?
Right, what you know? Nazi Jesus.
Goodness.
He did not see that coming.
Stop this world. I want to get off. I have heard your distress call, and I'm here to save.
Is that a swastika dick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That was a weird thing that was going on with the Manson party. This is before Team America World Police.
And I thought it was gonna be along the lines of that. I was wrong.
I feel like they split it off quickly enough to be like, to just feel like, if you're not going to watch this, you'll just turn it out fairly quickly, or else you go through it.
You see, like, I love the work with the shadows, though, because it makes me think of Austin Powers when he would do the shadow bits.
Never mind. Your sacrifice will be ultimate.
Oh yeah.
And then just think the whole time that this is the singer of Green Day.
Yeah. I wonder if he, like, does not bring this up of, like, things that he has done in his life, or he blames it on whatever drugs he was on at the time.
Sacrificial hand job. So is this what sex was like in the 60s?
Like on LSD and or Inagata DeVito.
Wait, I thought he said hand job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It escalated quickly.
Did he say Hanson?
Handsome.
Handsome.
Now, I will say, if it is too much and no one wants to finish it, that's totally fine.
That's what like you all could get them shows us.
'Cause it's when you don't take it seriously, it's like a whole other level of satire. I want to say the DVD came with a copy of the soundtrack too, as like a complete condition or edition.
We have coffee editions.
Yeah.
Like, it really makes me miss Celebrity Deathmatch
Yeah.
and have gone to it. You guys ever watch Celebrity Deathmatch?
Watch what?
Did anyone ever watch Celebrity Deathmatch? So it's
Love Celebrity.
What's that?
I do love Celebrity Deathmatch.
I love Celebrity Deathmatch, but it was basically all different combinations of celebrities like beating each other up in a wrestling ring, but like super over the top claymation of how people died, and it was fucking wild. But it was a similar ridiculousness as this.
It was a great era of television.
I miss it.
It really was. I remember like Marilyn Manson was killing Hanson and like Britney Spears. Great.
And Charlie was the truth. The truth, the light, the savior, God, and a really good fuck.
I guess that helps. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how else? Wonderful.
Paycheck, boy. Where's a dollar bill down to a funeral of hope and love? I just wondered if you were thirsty. Dinner night, it's all just a game. David selling you a 40 big picture of reality Hollywood. There is you first, and I am what you've been eating. I am Tom, a cup of coffee, a steak, a name, look down on me and look at me. Look up at me. Your Lord is back. Give me this simple key and you
She insulted his goatee.
I wonder if like some of the lines were actual like Charles Manson quotes, that he would like profess to people, because I can definitely see him saying it in real life. Is Molly watching, Chris?
And that on and off. She's doing
Okay.
some other things. I feel like this whole cult really depends on a steady supply of acid. You know, like once the acid runs out, it's like, Jesus, where the hell am I?
I mean, with all that acid, you make all the sand people you want.
Yeah. Whole armies of sand people.
You come in pairs.
37 miles of small intestine. Fully functional respiratory system. Ooh. I think you know the answer to that.
Just dig a hole.
Well, I was gonna say his mouth, but you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. That would make more sense for Charlie.
I feel like that'd be something that they would enjoy in their routine.
Did Charles Manson ever have kids?
I mean, he probably was a part of the and children not recognized.
Okay. It was like, got it.
All of this is real.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it was the Republicans. Say that every time I turn the air conditioner on.
Yeah, right. The big fuck you to this guy. I love how like you can see where they put more effort into the movie. Like Charlie is animated great, she's animated great, but everyone else is really choppy.
Yes, you've been quiet. What are you thinking?
It's a lot. I also had to turn on like the subtitles because apparently I'm old and I was not getting everything.
That's right. We have subtitles on.
Yeah,
too.
we got them on.
Are you guys familiar with Charles Manson and the Sharon Tate murders and everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not too much.
This is
Definitely
exactly
an
how it
interesting
went.
recap.
Yeah. I mean, within reason, this is kind of a version of how it happened. So she was
So Sharon Tate was that Polanski's wife, or did she have something to do with Roman Polanski?
yeah, she was in it was in his house that he was the director.
Okay,
Roman Polanski. I believe she was with a first child.
but
But she also had I don't think he was there that night. I think she had friends over.
yeah, I remember reading that it was like her and like two other people, I think.
It's quite an experience. Because the ironic thing is that he wanted to fight against, rich suburban things, but he also took rich suburban girls from their homes.
He was
and
showing
brought
them the
to
way.
The range. Experience.
Can someone give us a time code? We just accidentally
I hit
clicked
a
out.
button.
26:36.
I'm at 27 minutes exactly.
I'm at 26:58.
Thank you. Sorry, the wrong button.
Okay.
So this woman's gonna die, right?
Yes.
I think that. Okay, good.
They both do. Yeah.
Does anyone think this movie would have survived like today's audience?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We're seeing today's audience now. We're watching Beth and Josh and Christy for the first time.
True.
It's varying reactions.
I mean, like, we watched it in our early 20s. I don't think kids of their early 20s today would
It's not
appreciate it.
politically correct.
No.
That is true. The world is more sensitive nowadays, though, too. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly surprised that it survived YouTube. Like,
If all the things that get banned on YouTube, I'm shocked that this is allowed to happen.
That's true. And they scrubbed a lot of things I actually wanted to see, too.
yeah.
Let me not bash them too much because we're on Google.
Yeah. They're on their way. Google's on their way down, I feel like. They were just labeled a monopoly by a judge, like an illegal monopoly, because they have.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they have like the say over data and everything like that, with everything that they're monopolizing on data usage and sharing.
So I wonder how long until they get Amazon now.
Yeah. We're slipping.
Are you guys actively watching the movie right now, or are we waiting for something?
We're watching. Where are you at? Oh, pause.
Shit, I paused and I waited for
Yeah, I paused too.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I thought we jumped back. So we're at 30. So let us know when you get back here.
Yeah,
I thought you're at this time, and then we just went to it. Sorry.
Oh,
Why do you do a flying
Guess what time code are you at?
I'm at 2950.
Okay, pause until they get there,
Sorry.
and then we'll start back up.
And two thoughts are better than one.
I don't know if it's gonna
I'm
be
at
so-
27.
God, that's my motto.
I'm at 27 too.
Oh my god! But I shouldn't be surprised because you had
Sorry, I thought I clicked it.
Hey, Sharon, where the fuck are we?
This is a long watch.
Possibly middle class.
What? What's wrong with it? It's great.
It shocks into silence.
Yeah.
Happy to death and rip the baby out of your stomach.
How do you feel watching it again after all these years? We haven't watched it in a long time.
I'm enjoying it as much as I did the first time, personally, because I think like with a movie like this, like
Just kidding.
you have to take it.
Yeah.
I am funny.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot to take in, and what? Sorry,
I'm thinking a lot about the fact that I watched this for the first time in college, like at an all women's art school, watching this shit. I'm like, that makes sense. So, that's awesome. Still,
I think we'll have a lot more to discuss when it's over. Everyone sees the full
yeah.
entire.
It's an experience. Let us know when you guys catch up to 30 minutes.
But you see those creatures as in zoo. I love that we are so much better than
2015.
every possible.
30 to 15 seconds.
All right.
Trash can scumbags. Hopefully you'll find some makeup. My god, it's one thing to be trash picking, but to trash pick and not wear makeup? That's pathetic. How are you supposed to find a man? Or maybe you're like men. Look, sister, a woman should not have to alter her looks just for the approval of a man or the status quo. Hopefully, we can all be individuals and live as one, loving each other and loving this beauty planet. Maybe one day everyone will all join hands and be as one, and they will call it Hands Across America. It's a dream, but sometimes dreams do come true. And then the next thing you know, a beautiful cycle will be born. Look, the only cycle I want is a menstrual cycle, so I can support these maternity tests. Hands crossed my mouth, like that would ever happen. You hippies are such hopeless dreamers. What you should be dreaming about is better clothes and some shampoo. We're not hippies. We're slippies. Oh, for God's sake.
Slippers.
So, your clothes like shit. And that shitty music you listen to with your long, looking guitar solos. And don't
I think you guys are close to where we
cheat
were
an
at.
amazing feat.
I'm just about to hit 30.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm at 30 now.
and play.
For me too.
Oh, please. The big boys are always bored. That's why you always go from cock to cock.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your subtitles wrong too.
Yes.
The AI generated subtitles.
I don't get it. Aren't all these women doing something for a man?
Yeah.
But they don't see it that way. They think they're. Oh, why does he look like Lloyd Kaufman?
Oh my God, he does look like Lloyd Kaufman.
I love it. It changes the perspective, doesn't it?
It really does. Especially since like it's definitely not Lloyd doing the voice.
That would have been perfect if it was.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell kind of analogy is that? Back at the ranch. Wow.
I'm assuming that all of his monologues were actual things that Charlie said.
They have to be.
They're so fucking wild, you can't make them.
Switch.
Hmm.
I'm trying to put the UDB trivia, but
I got it.
Okay, I was gonna say you need to say how. Again.
Holy shit. It says that they're going to
Some idiot little newspaper in classes. I love it. I think he's
I
adorable.
love that you can tell it's like a straight up paper clip folder.
I love it.
Wouldn't you know this would happen right after we put the hot dog in? Hey, wait, there's more. An unrelated item. It says that the main grocer that was so rude to Tweety is going to expand his supermarket chain and build 5 markets in our district. Really? Is that that? Let me see it. I know. I was nice enough to read it. You could be nice enough to sit. Read the album.
Good job. I'm disappointed.
No one's got hands, the devil. There wasn't too much trivia that I saw. That like Billy would do the role if he's like too nice. He wouldn't play such a hateful person.
Wow, you're really good at reading between the lines. I was
There could be hand jobs too. Well, you know.
They're still holding hands.
You get what he did there with the couple strings?
Mm.
You get it?
Isn't it horse? Music production, by the way, like they did a really good job with the songs that they wrote and composed.
change this. Our lives and the future of the planet was at stake. We were all in it together. We were a family. We called each other brother and sister. We called each other that for as long as I can remember. The girls have always been my sisters, and the boys have all been my brothers. And we were not going to let those pigs ruin our lives. We had to fight back. Only to kill their peace. The revolution was about to begin. Helter Skelter was indeed coming down fast. Helter Skelter was all we talked about. It was the new last war. It would be all the wars that had been fought, built one on top of the other. Something that no man could execute with imagination. Can't you see what
Have a Whole Foods everywhere.
all over the face of the earth to save the earth? And besides, why the fuck would anyone build a chain of supermarkets in the middle of the desert?
The hell of a plan they got.
Why did they have the same narrator to help?
Yeah, that was it Rudolph that had the snowman that like told the story?
Yeah, it's so much like Rudolph.
It is.
They did Rudolph.
Exactly. And make fun of the freak until they're useful. Now, I don't think Charlie was ever useful, but that was the moral of Rudolph.
I kind of want to help
Yeah.
his mother told him drugs,
Yeah.
so someone who just kind of thought of his food service. They're great.
Now listen to Hex and do what he tells you. He will do the majority of the
Hold
killing
on,
because
but
that's work. And he will do the dirty stuff like decorate the walls with blood and if time permits, make some sandwiches. Also, do not instill fear in these people. You are doing them a favor, and don't forget that. You are releasing them from their own head. Wait, I forgot to tell you. They've been telling you a phony picture of reality all your life. Charlie already told us that. I'm a guitar, a cup of coffee. Yeah, told us not to. I'm insane, no doubt about that. And I play faces for the clowns, but the real me is around. Nothing I reflect to you, just what I am saying now. I'm mad, mean, and at war with the lies, pollution, confusion, and fools who got no intelligence. How's that? Come on. Finally, a new ring. That's great. Now can we go? Because if we want to kill these people, I mean, save these people, I would like to rush out. Go and do what you got to do.
Cool ass out on, or like a turtleneck? Next movie we do is gonna have like a map with that dotted line. Okay? That's that flag. Marking the
Super duper speedy delicious. It's no punch. And you and Yogi and this girl's coming. My baby, she thinks her face over shit. Bless you, Sarah. Great quality. Hey, Abigail, could you please not smoke as a child? God, you can eat chicken if it doesn't. I'm so sorry, Sarah. What was I thinking? I was so sorry. That's okay, sweetie. Just enjoy. You're such an inspiration to us all. So fucking unselfish. So not a fucking cunt like all the rest. I know.
Kind of like I'm trying to figure out if the guy who made the movie this really saw Sharon Tate, or was he just interpreting what he thinks the family saw as?
Probably.
I would marry you.
It was like
I went hard, but you know, beforehand.
okay.
I have to look up what first. Is what she was known for.
Thanks, I know. Just take the time growing up to be a big fat kid. I'm pregnant, and I'm actually lost weight.
The only time I want to gain weight is when I have a big fat cock stuffed into me.
And this is what makes me well. How is your cookie coming?
I drop a mirror. Look at this guy. He's not said a thing all night. Darling, I think it's a European. You know how they tell them that tonight's party theme is gang rape at go-go.
They're known for being invaluable.
Okay.
Well, of course, it looks just like a mountain foreskin and nothing else.
I've never seen it. Anyone ever see Valley of the Dolls?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
That's what the Sharon Tate was known for.
Or one of those really nice hot dogs.
Red Rocket.
Come on, kill these people already! My God! Holy hell!
The director was on the side of Carl Manson. They really show you what these people were like, you know, and you watch them do that stuff.
Never seen someone chant for someone's death so fucking hard. Die already.
They're excruciatingly vapid. They're talking about you.
I really prefer.
He looked like Bob Hoskins when he played Mario in the Mario Brothers movie.
Different spectrum, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, sweetie, you might be retarded.
I think about this, and it's like, wow, this was written on the page, and someone read it, and they animated it. Like there was 3 extra steps that happened in this monologue.
Oh, don't stop! No.
Staring at me with that stoked face of his. Hey, sweetie, you're an American now. You're not waiting in a line for a piece of bread. And being a fun. more of these like lines. You're making like natural drawing crystals. Either give me a booty pump, or better yet, I want you to get my clit chub and watering with your mouth. I mean, clean the cut like tuba, big boy.
What do you want me to do? Sit on it? Sorry, sweetie. The only instrument I play is a pink flute.
No, she's not pregnant anymore.
I mean, anymore. Did the baby die?
Well, no, like they didn't give her like a baby bump at all. Like when she took her clothes off, there's like nothing there.
Oh,
Actually happened. This is just how they're interpreting. Well, how the other side looks.
It's like licking a meat scented scent that bothers you. Just plug your nose or just think of it as an asshole in the place.
Oh, this conversation is big. Here, get the rubber band. I'll make you mad.
You okay over there, Josh?
This is wild. This is wild.
Your friends were right. It's like
I'm straight now. I'm sure no eternal damnation for me. Can someone please get that? I'm fucking pregnant.
I thought I was fucking pregnant.
oh, finally, death has arrived. All right. Oh man. Oh.
His cocaine mustache really sells it.
Let's see, there's 30 grams of crystal licious, a kilo of pixie dust, an 8 ball of crepe doo-doo, a gram of backup light. Oh, okay, here's that soda. Who on earth ordered a diet soda?
You know what I just realized? This is probably what Chris Farley's life was like.
Yeah.
Except he'd
That'd
be
be
like,
down.
oh. Yeah.
Just slide that cotton swab underneath the foreskin, get it, and go around and around and around.
You know, you sound retarded too. Maybe you should join their orgy.
Yeah. He fits the MO like very clearly.
Down. All right, more swinger. Come on in, cat. The water is warm. Look, guys, the warm hole. The hole. God damn it.
Oh shit! That's some trash-picking fucky fucks.
I don't know if he just has no nipple.
Mhm.
You know, worst mom ever.
Set you free.
Hey, baby, the only thing I want you to set free is the white tea from my man cock.
That three is the
Is that
white
supposed to be his son?
man cock.
I hope not.
Session.
Oh,
Now to circumcise your
Consider it some child. Think the brain wear all off?
Watch my hair, you asshole! This hairdo is worth more than you are. They think I'm having to be killed by a commoner. Oh, this is not a safe thing tomorrow. That's what I call a shade. Don't be afraid. You should rejoice. We are angels sent down from heaven. You're probably from the south. Thank God. You're happy. It's so. We're not talking hairstyle here. We're talking quiet woman deputized.
Salvation or subtitles that we're talking about South Asian.
Killing them tonight. You over it. Look, bitch, you have no mercy for your fun hairdo.
Maybe we can.
Adorable. Can you keep
Oh no.
He's
Well,
so happy.
Stop. What am I fucking now? Only my fingers are on the floor. God, my foot is huge. God damn it, hey, why didn't you tell me you put a stack of books on that hat? Hey,
Ooh, baby like facts. Hey, they're not dead yet. Come back.
Oh my
like they're dead. Why is this scene still happening?
Well, you know, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well, yeah, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
The best right now.
I love he's just able to roll his head over too.
Wait, roll over to the coke. Maybe they can.
That's the thing that's doing it. Is you need cocaine.
Too bad Huey Lewis and the News hadn't existed yet. That would have been perfect for this.
The power of love.
Yep. Oh man, they didn't kill that guy.
He saved him. Poor Russian man.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, you gotta ruin that vacuum. You can't vacuum water like that. You need a dry
Yeah.
wet bag. You gotta go down to that Mr. Italian guy's market and run one of them.
No amount of Fabuloso will clean this mess up.
Come on, man.
I just love the presenting. Maybe the movie like sticks on tone. Like it knows exactly what it is.
I wish something interesting would happen to us. I'm so bored.
Get them boots. Lasso yellow. 3 points for the equipment of the God, I wish I had a time. Your egg so saturated with marketing. Impossible. Simply read that up. The only thing that has to be on unless you eat and send
There's the singer.
USA, USA. This is Phyllis Diller.
Get off my asshole, hemorrhoid. Hey!
Oh yeah.
We're saving up for a pool.
You do it. You had those people last. You had these people. I'm sure they have enough of them. They don't need no stress. Just cut them up like
Movie Diller. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, sorry. I just spelled it wrong. I'm dead.
They spelled it wrong.
They spelled it wrong. She was
That's from this guy. Like, I tell you.
this all they just when I did. And
Uh,
I appreciate it and I misspelled it. Yeah,
To be fair, that is a pretty sweet way to die. You know, being murdered by the Charles Manson family.
Yeah, go down
I
in
mean-
history.
Relatively, you know.
Think if Looney Tunes were murderers with these sound effects.
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that who did an asshole with cock go into them. How can you push a cock down a toilet for G? Talk about boots and cocks. Is that all you guys ever talk about anymore? Boots and cocks, boots and cocks. Just ain't normal. Like for instance, yesterday, didn't you all steps and find them corn kernels in your stool? Get going on. Are you not eating corn in weeks? I mean, who gives a flying fuck? The more important things to talk about is what goes in or out of your anus. You think about more important matters like capturing these killers down this hole.
It is not a hole. It is a bottomless pit.
Listen, if it's
Oh, and also we are not hippies. We prefer to be called flippies because we flip away from establishment.
well, you're not taking away from us, you pus-filled maggots. Yeah.
Instead, it was all
I'm glad that they had to explain Slippy. That was
what? Saving someone's lives, saving the world. We couldn't understand what was happening to us. The first fear to us that Charlie was the Messiah and others were blind activists.
Ooh. Well, that would have been something.
yeah. Talk about a statement.
Like, I was reflective and cut his throat after he came. Not having Frank Sinatra still alive. Almost furious, right? He loved his feelings and makes his imperfect. Oh, all the
Do you have anything to say, Mr. Hanson? Please let me remind you that no matter what you say will not matter in the slightest, because you have already been found guilty in the eyes of the press and the public. So don't affect that. Go right ahead and make a fool of yourself.
Little burp faces.
The press are eating that shit up. Just a little more news time for me.
There's been a lot of charges brought against me and brought against the co-defendants in this case, of which a lot to be cleared up and clarified, to where everyone could understand exactly what the family was supposed to have been, what the philosophies in regard to the family were, and whether or not was any conspiracy to commit murder, to commit crime. Is it plain to you who thinks with your mind? I know the only person I can judge is me. I am content with myself. These children that come to you with knives, they're your children. You taught them. I didn't teach them. I just tried to help them stand up for themselves and stand up for the environment. Most of the family were just people you didn't want. People that were left along the road, that their parents had kicked out, and so I took them in. And I did the best I could in raising them and holding them.
He's the most important person in his mind, and I love it.
This is never putting anyone else.
Yeah, it's deep.
The earth and destroy its land and chop down its trees. And in the same respect, you say how bad and evil we are. You make your children what they are. I am just a reflection of every one of you. My message will last forever. Maybe this generation will look blind on my words and actions. There will be a time when what we did here will be remembered.
Yeah.
None of their eyes were open.
Uh-uh. Aw.
He wasn't fabulous enough.
Mm-mm.
Message.
Now, Joseph to die. We left and persevered, and it still makes us laugh right now. We cannot stand. We are in the closet, in the room at night when it's dark. We whisper the message to space and earbuds for him. You can never get. I am space and Charlie as your children will be. And the locusts rising from the bottomless pit, which was not to harm the grass of the earth, or any green growth, or any tree. But only those of mankind who had not listened what God of their heart is. They will allow to torture them, like the torture of a scorpion.
So then they went back to the tribe and told the other tribesmen, "Carol was shot and down from the head of the sick man. Told them that Charlie is everywhere. Most importantly, told them about Charlie's message of love.
Glad he's able to do that without a mirror and carve the wrong symbol or something.
Carol was told and then retold, generation to generation. The legend of Charlie Hanson lived on forever and ever. Amen."
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
Alright.
so that was Live Freaky, Die Freaky. I want to give everyone a minute to breathe for that one. Josh, what did you think?
It, like I said, it did have its certain messages in it, but it was totally not for me. I didn't like it that much.
That's fair.
It was it got too gay. Sorry, he did that. That's just how I felt. I'm like, some scenes went on quite longer than I thought they should have, but I'm still processing it.
That's fair. Yeah, this is a therapy movie. How about you, Jeff?
Oh,
What was that, Chris?
Okay.
All right, Chris froze.
Chris is frozen into.
Oh wait, hold on. He's coming back in. I just admitted him in. Okay, we have two Chris's.
Chris.
what is happening?
I don't know. We have
What?
two Chris's.
What?
I've never seen this.
All right, let's do. What happens if I unmute the other one?
what?
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
no.
well, I'm just been duplicated. So,
Wow.
What were you trying to say, Chris?
oh yeah, it's a very nihilistic movie. Very the futility of murder and death. It seems like they had a good time though. Everybody was just having a good time in that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the message here was just. Oh, all
There
right.
we go. Jess, how about you?
It's I'm processing. It was a lot too. I had to a lot to focus on because you're watching all the stuff going on and then trying to read the subtitles, which weren't always correct, and trying to figure out what was going on. So it was a lot just even watching it. I wouldn't say it's my my cup of tea, but it was a very interesting, different take, I guess, on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot.
What did you say?
It was a lot.
Would anyone watch it again?
I'd watch it again. I think it makes a really good statement about society. The society at the time. These all those people were psychopaths. Like they were, and society was inherently psychopathic. They had the value. Human life had no value, and they seemed to just make up excuses to indulge their desires to watch other people bleed.
That's
You know?
Yeah. I can appreciate that viewpoint.
Yeah, like they needed an excuse to do it. Like they were trying to justify what they were doing. Like they knew it was wrong, but they didn't. It was a weird situation. And seemed to care that these people were dead. You know, I thought that was such a funny way of going around it. That was a cool movie. I liked it.
How about you?
I mean, I've always loved this movie. I think it's obnoxious and it's creative, and I agree. I think you can feel that they were having a lot of fun while they made it. I think just adding, not just like, Joe Schmo is, Charles Manson, but literally Billy Joe and like people that I've loved and listened to for years being a part of it is really weird, but wonderful. Like I really wish I had some behind the scenes videos and footage to just watch of them all.
We have to double check the DVD. I'm sure there's some on there.
I want to see them all just interacting and processing. I want to see that pitch meeting when they said, hey, we have this idea. Like, I mean, at this time, like all of the people that were voices were all very famous.
Yeah.
So I really want to hear the conversation of that.
Like, how was it pitched to them?
I can only imagine.
The dude who made it, I guess, was like friends with a lot of them because he did a documentary about Green Day as well. So I think he was like already kind of like in the circle of like.
What do you say? Oh, I made a documentary about your band. Hey, I have this idea.
Yeah, probably. Like,
have you heard of Charles Manson? Here we are.
Because like the beauty of it, like piggyback over like what Chris was saying, like no one was safe in this movie. Like they made fun of literally everyone for their extremes in the most way. Especially like at the trial when it's like, oh, like you want to say anything else? It doesn't really matter because like all the goofy shit, the media is eating this shit up.
But at that point, I mean, that's exactly what it was. He was known for making ridiculous faces and noises, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
He made those exact faces too. Like I recognized them from like all the photos.
I mean,
so the most famous one was what? I Am Nothing, and it's him like just fucking spazzing out in the chair. And it's like, well, like what are you? Who are you? And he's just like freaking out, like he's having a seizure.
He's doing it to fuck with people.
Yeah.
And no one realized until way too late that he was doing it, ironically, to make fun of them.
He was a troll before the internet troll.
It was, but also if someone just gave him a fucking hug at some point in his life, then maybe we wouldn't be here.
I think a little bit more than a hug would have been necessary to.
Your mom not telling you for drugs would have helped, but
Remember, like 10 years ago, I read he would send letters out every Christmas, and towards the end of his life, they were really just word salad, schizophrenic rants. And the one letter that Charles Manson wrote was about how he was pissed off about how Marilyn Manson stole his name and was making a mockery of what he stood for, but. Like I say that, and that's what I think it was about because it was just word salad. Like this dude was not coherent in any way.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Yeah,
and especially like in jail too, when they probably like he was sober in jail, so his mind was just rotted from just everything and abuse that he's done to himself.
Yeah,
at that point,
I mean, it was also like they kept him like a zoo animal. They wanted to keep watching him and saying what he was gonna say, and even at the end, like his most recent wife wanted to parade his body around. She wanted rights to his body after he died, so she could parade it around and take him on tour, so that people could see his body. And he said no.
That was like a whole. Yeah, that was like a whole thing. They were like,
yeah,
it was like a whole custody, like who has power of attorney over his estate, kind of.
When he was in that position, yeah.
Jesus.
And it was also, even though it's Charles Manson, it's still a wild conversation. Like, well, if you don't want that to happen to you, regardless of what you've done in your life or jail or this or that, like you have a right over your own body. But
I imagine he would have like signed it over to like the squirrel in the prison yard.
I feel like it's because like
go to him, he'll tell you what to do.
I don't know. I think in that particular case, she was money hungry. I mean, no one marries Charles Manson because he was a wonderful guy.
Yeah, for real.
You know, he was just as crazy and he wanted to be celebrity.
Yeah.
So he was tired of being used. He was abused and abused his entire life, and literally up until the end. I'm not condoning his actions, but I'm just saying, you know.
You see, like there's like a wide range of Charles Manson supporters for different things. Like the one I always go back to is the guitar player Darren from System of a Down was a big fan of Charles Manson because apparently like Manson was a very huge like activist for nature and was like very much on the lines of like preserving like wildlife and things like that. It was like a big thing of his. And System of a Down have a song about his movement called ATWA, which is like air, trees, water, something else is like what it stands for. But it's all about like that and like saving nature and purity of that. That was like a whole other side. And then LSD was involved.
Drugs and alcohol were a big part of this.
Yeah.
I am intrigued that they chose to tell this story in this style of claymation, and I imagine what that would have looked like if they had done it in different versions of, you know, cartoon or live action or this or that. Like,
it would have made a really good like Hanna-Barbera style animation. I think that would have been fun. And like Scooby and the gang get involved and try and figure it out.
Scooby meets Charles Manson.
Yeah.
That would be a wild crossover.
I mean, so can you imagine like Scrappy like trying to like duke it out with Charles Manson? Puppy power.
I always thought there was something very like charming about like crappy claymation violence. Like whenever I see like claymation thing and it's violent, it's always just kind of like it strikes me in a different way. It's just kind of like, oh, that's cute, that's clever type deal, you know?
It's endearing, I think.
Yeah, in a weird, bizarre way.
Well, I think it's because we grew up on Celebrity Deathmatch, and that's very nostalgic. And it's, I mean, when I watch that shit, I'm just like, good times. Hanging out with my sister, watching Celebrity Deathmatch, and, you know.
Well, plus it's like one of those things that I love too, because it's like taking something that's safe and making it not safe, which I always like claymation, because like, you know, made the references throughout the movie, like A Year Without a Santa Claus, things like that, of those like old school stop motion animations. And then you see it bloody, violent, and sex. And you're taking something that was like treasured and tainting it. And I personally am a big fan of that. It's like what they did with like puppets with that, with like Meet the Feebles and things like that. Like you take Muppets and turn it into just raunchy craziness. And then I can appreciate that.
At the same time, like claymation violence, like it does play on those, you know, like Frosty, you know, like the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer type things. But it seems like natural. It doesn't seem out of place. Like, oh, of course, if you stabbed Rudolph, it would just be like this bright red jelly coming out of him, like framed, every other frame. It's like, oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
that could happen anytime.
But I am not mad at this at all.
Yeah.
To Jess and Josh, was there anything about it that you did like?
Yeah, no, it had some messages in it, and that I do stand by. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the violence was always funny because it's claymation, but it was the messages that I did like about it.
Yeah. How about you, Jess?
Yeah, I mean, I think the medium, it was interesting to see it like play out that way. Like they definitely leaned into like the obnoxious and whatnot. I feel like you kind of had to, you know, once they got into it. If they ever pulled back, I think I would have been more surprised, but it just kept going. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate the way it was done. I don't know. I don't think it's one that I'll be like, yeah, let's go watch that again.
That's
It's
fair.
one of those conversation starter movies that I think Brandon chose as his selection as shock value.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I enjoy it for
Well,
that, but
Chris
I enjoy,
set the tone with From Beyond, so I
Yeah.
mean,
Uh,
you know, could have picked like the Notebook watch along, but he picked From Beyond, so I guess it only goes up from there.
a rom-com will come on this list. I know it
Well,
will.
maybe I'll switch out mine.
Yeah, we'll do a rom-com. Like Shape of Water. We can watch Shape of Water. That's like a rom-com. That's
You got to go with the bestiality one.
it's an amazing
She
movie.
fucks a fish.
She does fuck a fish. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, never seen it.
See?
Is that like your number one rom com? That's like such a random.
Really?
Yes.
You're like a rom com, Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. Yes.
All right, so
Straight up rom.
I'm gonna take mine now. We're gonna watch like 10 Things I Hate About You or
It's a
something.
dramedy.
cute. We need like a palate cleanser after
A
this
palate
one.
cleanser. Well, Serial Mom is good as a palate cleanser.
yeah, there you go.
That one,
It
Serial Mama is a palate cleanser. It's
yeah,
not
because
nearly as bad.
no, but it's quirky and it's more deliberately funny versus what this was.
I mean, she kills someone for wearing white after Labor Day.
Yeah, but it's done in
it's
like
just the dumbest shit.
it's making fun of suburbia, and I'm about that too. But I mean, you can always go to like my personal favorite palate cleanser for anything, which is the Iron Giant. That movie.
It is a great movie.
Well, yeah, you didn't pick Iron Giant. You picked Live Freaky, Die Freaky.
Yes, I should have picked Iron Giant because it's the 25th year anniversary
Putting
this
that
year.
on the list.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
That'll be another one. But then I'm gonna cry when
I
he's
know.
Superman.
I cried when
get
that
so
movie.
emotional.
So
I
bad.
fucking love that.
Super.
But you guys gotta pick your watch alongs. You gotta pick whatever we're gonna watch.
Oh wait, before we continue that, let me wrap this up real quick, and then I can stop recording, and then we can go off on that. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed Live Freaky, Die Freaky, and you'll see us again in 2 weeks with another watch along. So we hope to see you guys then. Thank you.